Welcome to the SayCo show. I can't believe it, guys. It is episode 216. Let's get started.
In a world that's bright, come take a seat on the beat. We gather where laughter meets. Every Tuesday's a trip. Come share your flair. In this warm embrace, there's love everywhere. Talk it out, all vibes alright. Nobody's wrong in our light tonight. So join us in this cozy space. We're talking it out with love we embrace. No topics too bold, no dreams out of reach. Together we rise, that's the joy that we teach. From stories of pride to journeys of heart, we celebrate life, each unique part. A safe haven here, where spirits are free. Together we rise, that's the joy that we teach. Let the colors shine bright in the warmth of the night. So join us in this cozy space. We're talking it out with love we embrace. No topics too bold, no dreams out of reach. Together we rise, that's the joy that we teach. Let the colors shine bright in the warmth of the night. So join us in this cozy space. We're talking it out with love we embrace. No topics too bold, no dreams out of reach. Together we rise, that's the joy that we teach. With these words we share, we bring the light. Join the talk show, let your heart take flight.
All right, guys, we're on episode 216. I can't believe it. I've been saying this, doing all the PR stuff, y'all, this week. I cannot believe we have Anthony Wade in the house tonight, live in the studio, right here in Old Hickory, Tennessee. But it is true. You want to say hi to our listeners?
Hi, what's up?
See, he's real. He's really here. So before we get started on the journey that we want to talk about your life, where you come from, etc. I just want to say to the listeners, thank you so much for live listening. I see a bunch of you are already in the chat room. But not only that, y'all are downloading. And I appreciate the numbers. You know, this has been a great hobby for me for about 3 years now. And I so appreciate y'all. Because you're downloading, even if maybe some of you can't listen live on a Tuesday night, because you're downloading, we're going to continue and do a season 3. And I am tickled about tonight. Let me look at this list, y'all, because you're not going to understand what this list, it's a long list, you guys. Anthony Wade, business owner, motel owner, resort owner. He has a beautiful husband of 10 years. We'll talk about Sean in a little bit. Author of an ebook on Amazon Books, bestseller on Amazon, real estate agent. Not only is he extremely popular here in Metro Nashville, guys, he's in the top 8 for realtors in the United States. That's huge. I'm so tickled about that. Now, when it comes to being an artist, that's how I know him. I know him as a singer, a songwriter, a musician, and he gives back. You know, he's going to be at our Christmas pageant benefit again this year for my husband's ministry. And so not only is he charismatic and has such charisma and is so talented in all genres, this guy's a Renaissance man, but he also gives back. And that's what brightens his star even bigger. He's got the it factor. He's got the looks. He's got that charisma. When you're around him, you know he is an artist. I could go on and on. You were a PA for Desmond Child. Guys, let me just pause for a second before we get into any more about this huge long list I have in front of me. Desmond Child, for those of you that don't know, He is a very, very, very talented and famous songwriter and producer. He has written hits for Kiss, Joan Jett, Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, Cher, Alice Cooper, Michael Bolton, and Ricky Martin. He's won a Latin Grammy, etc., etc. So the guy sitting here in front of me was a personal assistant to this man. That's up in high cotton right there. That's uptown in my book. And the list goes on and on. And so today what we're going to do is we're going to talk to him about what's going on in his life currently, a little backstory. We'll get a bio going. And then we'll talk about the future and what's on the agenda for life in 2026. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm really tickled. I'm glad you said yes and that you made time for us for our little show here in Old Hickory. Mm-hmm. Now, you live out in Hendersonville, right?
That's right.
And how long have you been out there?
Been out there for 6 years.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good. And I guess what I want to ask next, tell me a little bit about your husband, because I'm married to a man, you're married to a man. Y'all have been together 10 years.
Yep. 9 years, but going on 10. Yep. So he's great. He's actually a interior designer here in Nashville.
Yeah.
And so you're talking about business. Yeah. He and I get to work together here in Nashville on certain homes. He did a few of the homes at the Four Seasons in Nashville. Oh. So he's just incredibly talented.
Wow.
And so it's cool because we get to collaborate a lot.
Yeah.
On certain projects.
Well, that just told me he should come in and do an episode on his talent.
He is so great.
Yeah, so let's keep it in the family. Let's tell Sean I want him in here for a show.
You got it. We got it.
What would you say to the younger queers that are listening right now? We have a beautiful queer community here in Middle Tennessee. Mm-hmm. All of Tennessee is opening up their hearts and their minds to gay men and everyone else that's under our umbrella. If you were talking to someone right now that's maybe listening, that's in a small town, in a conservative town, what would you tell them for life and future?
That's a great question because I'm 38 years old right now, right?
Yeah,
so moved to Nashville 15 years ago to follow my dream to be a songwriter. I wanted to be in the greatest city in the world, in my opinion, Nashville. Yeah. And so I just decided to trust myself. I dropped out of grad school and just moved to Nashville. Yeah. Just to follow my dream because I was reading Deepak Chopra one day. I was like, how am I gonna attract everything that I'm really wanting in life? Yeah. And so I started listening to myself, listening to my intuition, and I was like, I just got to move to Nashville and just do the thing.
Just jump into it.
And so it worked out. And so I would definitely encourage people, especially the LGBTQ plus community, to just listen to themselves because there's so much noise that you run into in terms of what career path you should take and all of that. And so you just got to really just say, okay, what do I want? And whatever it's telling you, just listen to that and go for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me flip the question. Sure. Let's talk to 10-year-old Anthony. What would you tell him?
10-year-old Anthony, keep writing music and also keep, 10-year-old Anthony, goodness, that's a good question.
Were you a shy child?
No. I was not.
Okay.
No.
So would you tell your younger self, go for your dreams?
At the time I was already living my dream because so Preston and my sister and I were traveling, singing at different churches.
Already on the move.
I was already on the move because my dad got us in music at a young age and we were living the dream. Yeah. And then, as I got older and I had to come to terms with, being gay, it's like, okay, well, I need to go and do something, outside of the church, for the church that we were in. So, I had to make different moves. I had to make different decisions so that, I could be my authentic self. Yeah. So, but at 10, I was, just living life to the fullest at the time.
Wow. So were you traveling the country or just?
Oh, no, just in Tennessee.
Just in Tennessee.
Yep. Just
Okay.
Tennessee, yeah.
Okay. When did that start? How old were you?
I would say, okay, we made our first album, a Christian album, when we were about 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
My dad insisted that we do an album, so we did that, and then we started traveling. We started singing at camp meetings. We'd go to like different states that were around Tennessee, like Alabama, Arkansas, like those types of states.
Yeah.
But we didn't go too
Not
much
too
further.
far.
Yeah. So, and then we made our second album when we were like 20 or 18.
Oh my God.
And so that was our last album that we made together as a called the Wade Trio.
Yeah.
So
yep. Tell us where you're from and what was it like to grow up there?
So I'm from a little bitty town like SayCo was talking about if you're from a small town, I totally understand where you're at right now. So, decided to move to Nashville, get out of that town so that I could, be out and about and be proud of myself and, and make my dreams come true. And
when did you know you had a talent for not just singing with your family or just at your church, but when did you know that you had a talent for the masses?
Well, I would say after doing some like competitions and winning the competitions, it gave me a lot of confidence. And then getting to open up for like Karen Peck and New River, the Isaacs, some of the biggest names that we knew. My brother and sister and I were getting to open up for them because we were young, and so we were getting all these invites, and so that was one of the things that we started realizing. Oh my goodness, this is really nice. We really like this.
Wow, so, that's incredible. I didn't know that you started as a child.
So started as a kid. Yep.
Wow. Okay, so let's say. Let's go up to once you're 20 or something.
Okay.
And you're touring, you've made a couple records, you know what you're wanting to do.
Yep.
What's one of the songs that you had that feeling about in your bones that you said, this is the one that I want to sing for a long time? What's a special song?
Well, okay.
Whether you wrote it or you recorded it.
So I will say, I was in Nashville, and I just moved to Nashville. I was serving tables at Venezia Italian Bistro in Belmead.
Oh.
And I was riding the bus because I didn't have a car. And so I had so much free time just waiting on that bus. And I was in love with this guy in college. And I was grieving the loss of that love. And so I was at the bus station. And you know how whenever like something comes over you and it just like hits you and you feel it in your bones and in your soul? That's what was happening to me. And this song came to me.
Okay.
And it's called Set This Heart on Fire.
Ooh.
And Desmond also loves the song.
Oh, wow.
And but I wrote it pretty quickly. And then I started telling people my tables about it. I was like, oh my gosh, do you like this song? And everyone was like, oh my God, I do like that song.
Yeah.
Because it came from a place of like complete, like I lived this and I know exactly, And so when I wrote that song, I was like, this is good.
That's the one.
Yeah.
How old were you when you came to Nashville?
23.
23.
Yep.
Okay. And so when you're performing, what's the moment that tells you the crowd's truly with you? Do you know?
Yeah, you do. You have to, if you make them laugh at the beginning, that's a really good indicator. Okay. And then you keep it, and you got to know how to read the crowd so that, you're playing the right songs at the right times. Yeah. So like, as long as you do that, as long as you're listening to them, as long as you're saying, you're entertaining. Yeah. That's what people want when they go to a show. They want to be entertained. They want to feel something. Yeah. And so as long as you're, staying true to the song and what it means, you can win an audience by doing that. I love that. So yeah. So you know how to read a crowd. I try.
We have a text here from Marcus. Marcus is asking, do you have any special rituals before you go on stage? Do you do anything funky or special lucky socks or what?
Yes.
Yeah. Anything like that?
That's a great question because it depends on the event. So if I'm hosting a show, like speaking at the show for a big event, like a company here in Nashville, I will go into the audience if I'm singing and hosting, before the show happens, and about 10, 15 minutes of just interacting with the crowd. Like before the show starts, like I'll talk to people, I'll make a connection, and you get to know the energy of the room and you get to know the people.
Okay.
And then once you get on stage, you're not walking out into like, I don't know what's going on. I don't have any footholds here. So you're walking out with a ton of footholds that you relate to the crowd already before you even walk up on the stage. So if you ever get on stage, I think the best thing to do is actually be in the audience first, unless you're like a celebrity, that's a different thing. And I'm not a celebrity. So if you interact with the crowd first and then you go up there and perform, they can't even believe that you're performing because they're like, I was just talking to that guy. I didn't know he was the host. I didn't know he was the singer, so it's a really good way to do that. And also, one more thing, I tell myself this whenever you are on stage. It's not as important about the way you feel when you're on stage. If you're feeling a lot of anxiety, stress, like nervousness, just let that happen. What matters most is if the audience is having a good time. So as long as you're making sure the audience is having a good time, you can let your feelings kind of like exist. And it doesn't mean you're doing a bad job.
Absolutely.
Just because you have, that type of feeling. Yeah.
I think Patsy Cline was quoted as saying that it is a job.
Yeah.
And so no matter what you're going through, whatever's going on in your life, she would always maintain a certain professionalism. And no matter if she was sick or tired or whatever, she said, I always do what they expect because they're the ones paying for the ticket.
That's right.
And so I loved that quote about her. For those of you that are in the chat room, we so appreciate that you're here listening live. I see a bunch of my friends in here. Brother Derek up in Ohio. Mr. Todd, my wonderful supporter up in Canada. So I appreciate you all listening up there. There's a lot of new names tonight, and I appreciate you guys listening live to the SayCo show. Tonight we are spotlighting local artists here in Nashville, Anthony Wade. Okay, so let me ask you this. What's your most unexpectedly meaningful gig you've ever played? Something that stayed with you?
Yeah, so that's a good question too. Yeah. So whenever the first time I played an instrument, like the guitar and sang, I was younger. It was a talent show, and I kind of botched the song. Okay. Right? And it changed my life forever because I realized if I'm going to play my guitar and sing, I need to make sure like I'm super prepared, because when you get nervous and when you're playing the guitar, your hands start sweating. And so I kind of botched it, and people laughed. Oh. But people enjoyed it, but they did laugh because I was kind of messing up. Yeah. And that performance sticks with me because it's an example of I still got through it. I still did it, but there was, I didn't get that result that I wanted. Yeah. So that's one.
And that's okay as long as the crowd was with you.
They were.
Yeah. Yeah. That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Which local venues feel like musical homes to you? Do you have one here in Middle Tennessee that surprised you or that felt like, wow, I'd love to play there again?
Yeah, I think going to the listening room as a listener in Nashville, if you've ever been there, it's a great venue because it's very spacious and open. Mm-hmm. The lighting's good. The vibe is nice. I would say the listening room is my favorite.
Your favorite
one. And Desmond Child, the gentleman that I worked for years in my 20s, he performed there often for charity events. Yeah. And so I would set up for him. I would organize the show for him. Sure. And I just thought that space was such a great space.
Absolutely.
For musicians. Yeah.
There's so many good places here in Nashville that, those of you that are thinking of moving here and trying your best to break in, Nashville is ready for you because it's set up for all genres as well. A lot of big names come here that record, and they're not country western singers. Right. So Nashville's ready for you. Is there a song in your set that you never get tired of playing?
Yeah, there is. I want to play it today for you guys at some point.
Okay.
It's called Meet Me on the Other Side. And it's legit. I'll cry to it sometimes when I'm playing it. Because it's about my friend who passed away at 29, the young age of 29. Her name is Chelsea, and her name was Chelsea, and she passed away kind of unexpectedly.
Aw.
And she loved music, and she loved whenever I would sing and play the guitar.
Aw.
And so I wrote that song for her.
Yeah.
And it just gives me chill bumps. Just talking about it right now, I'm getting chill bumps from it.
Aw.
So,
Well, you want to sing it? You want to sing it?
Sure,
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Guys, we're in for a treat. Anthony Wade, live here at the SayCo show, going to perform one of his favorite songs.
Yeah, this song is so special, y'all, because sometimes we lose people way too early. You know, I'm 38, like I was saying. She was only 29 years old, I believe. And
so
she
young.
was a beautiful, blonde, outgoing person. And this is for her. I hope you love it just as much as I do. I haven't warmed up SayCo,
okay.
so I hope you're
okay.
cool with that.
No, we're all good with it. Live
right,
music
guys.
is just amazing. It's magical.
It really is.
Yeah.
Baby, I miss you. Now that you're gone, life is so different, but I'm trying to get along. But when I get carried away with the pain, you whisper softly that you're here in the rain, and you said, meet me on the other side. Meet me on the other side. Meet me on the other side. The other side. The other side. I miss your smile and the way you said my name. I miss your kiss, but you'll always be in my brain. And I can still hear you. It's coming in so clear that you're still with me after all these years. And you said, meet me on the other side. Yeah, meet me on the other side. Meet me on the other side. The other side. The other side. The other side. The other side.
That's so pretty. Yay! We have a studio audience, so we're here in the studio audience. Clap, y'all. That was so pretty. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know if I've heard that one yet.
Yeah, that's I love that song.
Yeah.
It's so good.
You know, we a few years back we got the invite because you were doing a concert.
Yes, that's right.
Summer concert.
Uh-huh.
So we went out and you had a couple other singers with you.
Mm-hmm.
And we had such a great time, y'all. And now you know why we had such a great time, because he's amazing live. And, there's a lot of artists that can't do live. They're great at going in and getting mixed and fixed up in the studio. But there's some people that cannot sing live, and you can. That was really, really nice.
Thank you very
so,
much.
so much. Maybe you'll sing another?
Sure.
In a little bit?
Of course.
All right. So you really have a unique style. It's amazing. Who are your musical influences?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me sound so gay.
No,
okay, so Taylor Swift,
yes,
Lady Gaga,
yes,
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
those are my big ones because they reached this point in their careers where they could just completely be themselves.
Yep.
I mean, and that's I think that's the place you want to be. You know.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had a great following, but they really just pour themselves into the song. So
yeah,
those are definitely
influences. And you're from West Tennessee, right?
Yep, that's
West Tennessee. So you wouldn't expect someone from West Tennessee to say Freddie Mercury.
Right.
But I love that. I love that about you. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I was recently in Manhattan, and there was an art gallery that we were passing. And I guess it was someone that loved music because he had painted a bunch of artists. And while we were walking by, I could see maybe 4 of them into the windows. They were having, a viewing. And there were people outside waiting to get in because in New York, they don't let everyone in at once. You have to wait for a certain amount of time. And one of them was Freddie Mercury. So that was really cool that you said that. I love Freddie.
He is so good. And a good thing that I'm about to do in January is I'm going to the place in Germany where he actually loved to go and party.
What?
And just have these like nights of just completely all night having fun, singing, partying.
Gosh.
And so I'm going to go to that same area in Germany.
Yay!
And they have like pictures of them and they have, so it's really cool.
Well, then you're going to have to come back to the show and tell us about that. And hopefully you'll have a chance to sing out there maybe. You never know.
Oh my goodness.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something.
Have you ever sang out of the country?
So I haven't, but I do have the songs that I'm singing for you guys tonight, they're more like the Lumineers type of vibe and what's that, Mumford & Sons, that type of vibe.
Yeah.
But I do write songs that are like pop and more electric music. So those types of songs are more in European countries.
Yeah.
Because they got to play them on the dance floors.
Sure.
So like they're definitely a different vibe than this vibe that I'm playing tonight.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So how does the local music scene, because it's very country,
it is.
How does that shape you as an artist or for your writing? Do you have a writing group you meet with?
I mostly write alone.
Okay.
I do write with certain people here in Nashville. But like the song that I'm going to sing for you guys today, I wrote with this girl that I didn't even know was a songwriter.
Really?
And it turned out to be a really good song. And so when I do play it live, people love it. And so, but I don't like go out and try to choose songwriters to write with.
Yeah.
I like to have my own space and my own time to write my songs.
Every artist is different. There are a lot of country artists that have circles.
They do have circles. They do.
And they'll hang out with each other for several days. And just get a vibe for what they're trying to build on.
That's right.
And sometimes they get a product out of it. They get a hit song out of it.
There's some great magic that happens at.
And then there are other people that say like what you say. You're like, no, I need to be in my own memory, my own space, and get it done that way.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to do it for myself as an artist. I'm not doing it to like make a hit. I'm doing it to like feel good because the process in and of itself is awesome.
Sure.
So it's like I don't do it to connect with another person.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I do it by myself, and then I let the audience connect to the songs.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
we have another live text that's come in.
Sure.
Jessica's asking, has anything ever happened to you while you're on stage that maybe a mishap, like a bad microphone or a bad monitor? Has anything gone sideways on any of your performances?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
they have. Like I was telling you guys, I wasn't doing well on my song in that talent show years ago because I wasn't very familiar with the guitar.
Okay.
And people were laughing. Like you could hear them laughing. They were enjoying it, but it was like they were laughing at me.
Yeah.
And even to this, like sometimes I'll go home, especially like the several years after that performance happened. Like my family would ask me to sing that song so they could laugh.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's so that was a big mishap. I've been fortunate enough after that to not have crazy mishaps because I'm able to recover quickly.
That's good.
If it's so I can recover quickly.
They always say never let your audience see unless it has to happen if something's big. But you were good. Never stop. You just keep going.
Well, yeah. And one time when I was a kid, I will say the Way Trio, we were on the radio and I was probably 13 years old. And the host asked, he said, "Hey, Anthony and Preston," he said, my brother Preston, he said, "Do you guys have a lot of girls come to your show?"
Yeah.
And like you get a lot of dates.
Yeah.
And he asked me that point blank. And I literally said, I was like, "I do not have time for girls." And so on the way home, Dad, if you're listening, and Mom, if you're listening, on the way home to Jacks Creek, Tennessee, it was really silent in the car. And I was like, I wonder why it's so silent.
Yeah.
And my dad said, "Anthony, if someone asks if you have a lot of girlfriends or something, you tell them yes." And I said, "No, I don't want a girlfriend."
I would have tried to spin it. I would have said something like, "I'm quite popular." Just so you didn't have to say what gender.
I looked at the host and I was like, no.
Yeah. Next question.
Next question.
Well, we have a chat room here through Podbean. A question from Derek. Derek says that he has a couple questions for you.
Sure.
What would you consider your top bucket list item to be with music? And if you could choose one artist to perform with, who would it be? Who's your dream artist? Like you said Freddie, but he's gone.
He's gone, right?
Gaga, Taylor Swift. Who would you
No,
say?
I wouldn't do it with them. Okay,
No.
y'all know Troye Sivan, right? So oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I think he's beautiful, and I would love to do a pop song with him, write one with him, and then harmonize with him.
Yeah. What kind of song would it be?
It would be a pop electric because he's very electric.
Yes,
he has that vibe,
yeah.
And he's like our gay icon right now. As like for in my opinion, like our generation, he's like he's the guy that's pushing boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like he dressed as a woman in one of his videos,
Mm-hmm.
and so he's doing things that are risky, but he's doing them so it's sexy at the same time.
Yeah.
So it would be great to write with him or to do a song with Troy. And what's the other question again? It was a bucket list.
Yeah. What would you consider your top bucket list items?
So a bucket list
as far
item,
as music goes,
music wise,
like a place to sing, or like what do you see in your future? These are great questions, Dad.
Yeah, that's man. The best, I think. Like I'm singing at Michael, like SayCo's husband's church for Christmas, and that is a really big deal to me because I get to sing with my brother, and so singing with my brother like gives me so much joy because I've been singing with him.
So it's definite he's gonna come.
He's definitely coming, and singing with Preston like fulfills me, and like that's like in my opinion the top of. Obviously it would be nice to write a hit song that's a number one. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But besides that, like getting the opportunity because of Michael, to sing at the Christmas show is a big deal for me. Yeah. Even though there's probably going to be like 75 people or something. It's not going to be a huge crowd.
We're hoping for big numbers. By chance, if you're listening, now you know Anthony Wade and his brother are going to be there.
We will be there.
For those that are in the chat room that are new here at the SayCo Show, I so appreciate that you guys are here. Give us a listen. Go download some episodes and check out the show from past episodes. Now, what we're going to be asking for this Christmas pageant is we're going to ask everyone to please bring something for the hungry here in Nashville. So if you can bring something that's non-perishable, we would love that. And if you don't want to bring a can of string beans, we will take your cash too. So if you want to know more about that, Mount Pisgah is one of our sponsors. Just go to mpftn.com and you can find out all about the pageant and everything that's coming up at that ministry. So maybe, just maybe, you'll sing me another song. Do you want to?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Is this a good time?
Yeah, this is a good time to do it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so this song, I was saying that I wrote it with this girl named Elizabeth.
Yes.
Her name is Elizabeth. That's still her name. And still her name.
Okay.
And it happened so quickly. And we ended up laughing. We were like laughing after we wrote this song because it happened so quickly.
Okay.
And this is the song. And I hope you love it as much as we do. And when we perform this out, people really enjoy it. So, okay. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. Let's see.
No, take your time.
All right. So imagine this song having a girl part as well. Okay. So I'm going to sing both parts, but it's actually a duet. But it still sounds really cool.
Okay.
So. You're like whiskey, and I'm more like wine. You're more rugged, but I'm more refined. You're like the daylight, and I'm more like the night, and sparkly and everything. Baby, you're my magnet, and I'm attracted to you. Oh, 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 oh. Baby, you're my magnet, and I'm attracted to you. Oh, 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 attracted to you. I'm attracted to you. You're my sunshine, and baby, you keep me warm. Yes, you do. I'll always be your moonlight, like an ocean I'll keep close to your shore. Yes, I will. If the waves get too high, I'll be right there to save the day. Yes, I will. Up in my boat, baby, together we'll sail away. 'Cause baby, you're my magnet, and I'm attracted to you. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause baby, you're my magnet, and I'm attracted to you. Oh, 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 attracted to you. I'm attracted. Yes, I am. You're my magnet, and I'm attracted to you. Yes, I am. You're my magnet, and I'm attracted to you. Yes, I am. Up in my boat, baby.
That is great. Yay. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a fun one. I can't.
That
wait.
one is so fun.
I gotta listen back to that.
Oh my
I'm gonna have
gosh.
to download my own show, y'all, so I can hear that again. That's a fun one. Thank you. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
playing live in the studio.
Of
You know,
course.
some artists will say, "No, I don't want to do that."
Yeah.
You know, you put them on the spot, and sometimes you get a no answer.
Uh-huh.
And so, thank you. And I know it's extra pressure because we are live. We're always live here at the SayCo show. So thank you. If you want to send a text, ask Anthony a question. Our new studio number tonight, 615-805-4363. If you have a question to Anthony Wade, local Nashville star, you just give us a text and we'll ask him if we have some time tonight on the show. Again, 615-805-4363. So let's talk one of your mentors, Desmond Child.
Yeah.
Let's talk whatever you can say about him.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. How did you meet and how did that help you with your career?
Yeah, so meeting Desmond was one of those points in life where you feel like you're the luckiest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Because I sent him some of my songs and he liked my songs, so he started editing them. I can't even say the word.
Yeah.
Editing them.
Yeah.
And giving me feedback. And so that was like, for a 23-year-old kid in Nashville,
yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A legend in the industry is actually commenting about my music. So because of that, he commented on my music for about a month or two.
Yeah.
I asked him to come to some shows. He never did. But one day he texted me and he said, hey, Anthony, would you come to my studio and visit? And I said, absolutely. So I went to his studio. We talked for about an hour. And then he said, hey, how are you going to get in the music industry? And I was like, I don't know. I'm just going to sing and write. And he's like, well, you need an in. He said, how about I'll be your in? I can get you, started and you can put your foot in the door. And I was like, Desmond, that would be amazing. And he said, but would you be my personal assistant? And I said, I don't know how to be a personal assistant. And he said, it's so easy.
You were 23.
I was 23.
Yeah.
He said, it's so easy. I got you. And I said, okay. And so I became his he said, I'm not sure how to do this. I don't think I'm the right fit. I don't know. He said, how about you try it for a month? And then if you like it, we like it, you can be full time.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'll do that. And so that's what we did.
Oh my God.
And so it was a front row seat to like one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah. And how long did you work for him?
About 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So I bet you have a bunch of stories of who you met.
I do.
And all kinds. Oh my God.
Because I was lucky because I was around him. So everyone, that's famous got to hang out with him. So in turn, I got to chill with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
It was great.
That's really, really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what did you learn from him, putting aside just working for him and doing the things he needed to do? But what did you learn when you walked away after 3 years? What did you take away with you? So
okay, that's a good question. So for songwriting, I learned that there is a way to write a song. Mm-hmm. So for me, since I write songs by myself, like I just speak from my heart.
Yeah.
And I just whatever comes out comes out. And so with him, he's very meticulous to the song, to the archetype of the song, to the archetype of the artist themselves. Mm-hmm. And he creates a song just like you create a dress for a woman. You have to make sure it fits their specific body shape. And that's exactly how he writes.
Wow.
And so he makes it fit their vibe. He makes that song fit and complement their body and their whatever event they're going to. Mm-hmm. And if you can get that right, and if you can, and there's a method to it that he teaches people and that he does, and it works. And so I to this day, like, being in songwriting sessions while he's writing, I wasn't writing with him, but I was there beside him. Watching it happen was like watching a surgery.
Absolutely.
Because it would last all day. It would last for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Or 8 hours. And then it would happen the next day. The same song, they would word by word. Very meticulous. And then he would get on the piano, he would play the piano, and he would experiment with different sounds, and everything had to have its place.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind, because I thought when I came to Nashville that if you did that, you weren't a true songwriter because it didn't come from your heart. Mm-hmm. But it still comes from his heart, but it's more meticulous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
when I was looking at the list he's written before, and I thought, okay, that's amazing. Big names, legends in music. Yeah. And then you come up to Cher, and I go, how do you write for Cher?
Right.
And then for Cher to say yes
Uh-huh.
and say, I'll record that. I like that. Like, one of my favorite songs from Cher that he wrote is just the Jesse James song.
Yeah.
And
that's a good one.
that blows my mind because
Mhm.
it's so unique
Mhm.
and so not Cher, and yet she did it. And
Yep.
it was a huge surprise hit.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, he must be phenomenal because if
He
you
is.
can get Cher.
And with Cher at the time, I believe she didn't have a hit for like 10 years before that.
Yeah.
And so she needed a hit maker like Desmond to come in. So
Yeah.
she, so that's one of the cool things about Desmond. He creates hits and makes bands. Cher at the time was already famous, but with other bands like, Bon Jovi,
Yeah.
he wrote Living on a Prayer and it changed their entire life. And like with Steven Tyler, he's written some of their greatest hits, which changed their lives. And so,
now the Grammy Latin that
Yep.
you won, was that for Ricky Martin? Collaborating with him?
Most likely it was
Yeah.
the song that Livin' La Vida Loca that he wrote with him.
Wow.
Most likely,
Yeah.
that was probably what it was.
That's incredible.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so incredible. I'm sure you walked away with more than just the money he paid you.
Absolutely.
You walked away with tools that are going to help you in your success in the future.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you mentioned this, SayCo,
Yeah.
but Desmond is a gay man. And he's about 70 years old now, I believe, around 70.
Was he always out? In the industry?
So he came out, I think, when he was like in his 20s.
Okay.
And he was part of the band called Desmond Child and Rouge, and they played it all over New York City, and that's how they became like a band.
Yeah.
And that's how like Kiss, they knew Desmond because they would go hear him perform.
Wow.
And so that's how he wrote the song.
Wow.
I Was Made for Loving You. That was his first big hit.
Mm-hmm.
Desmond's first big hit with Kiss, and then from there it was history.
Yeah.
So
So not only were you mentored by a big name in the music producing field, but he's also an accomplished gay man.
Yes, he is. And that's the great thing about him. It's like, oh my gosh, Desmond is a powerful person in his field, and he's also gay. And he has a family. He has twin boys. And so he's an example of like a family.
Absolutely.
For me and for other people, because whenever I was growing up, I never thought I would ever be able to get married because I sure wasn't going to get married to a woman. And at the time it was illegal to get married.
Yeah.
So, and then moving to Nashville and then seeing him, as
what a great mentor.
Oh my gosh. It was like the best thing to experience as a kid. And then it was great. So
that's a great story.
It is.
We could probably talk about that and him for hours. I'll have to pick your ear about him again sometime. So let's pivot a little bit.
Okay.
We are excited about your artistry. Okay. Obviously, playing 2 live songs in the studio. That's really neat, y'all, because a lot of people can't do that. I hope you know that, those of you that are listening. There are some giants in this town that can't do live. and I know that for a fact. So thank you for singing for us. So as we pivot a little bit, let's maybe get a little more into your personal life and your career and your ventures as far as 9-to-5 job.
Sure.
But before we dive into that, let me just remind everyone of our new phone number here at the studio. We've had a number for years at the SayCo show. We just changed it. And I want to make sure that everyone has it in case you have an idea about a show that you want to see on the air, or you're here and visiting, or you live here in Middle Tennessee and you want to be part of the show. We always have a seat for you. Just give us a call or a text or a voicemail, 615-805-4363. And if you're shy and you want to send an email, the email is thesaycoshow@writeme.com. We always like to point out a sponsor at least once during the show. Gerald and JJ of Simple Cremation and Funeral Services, they're out in Smyrna. They're going to take care of our personal family needs as far as that when the day comes. We trust them. They're good guys, and they're a great gay couple. They've been on the show. So, 615-751-4070. If you are thinking it's time to put some stuff down on paper, give these gay guys a call. They work out of Smyrna, but guys, they do all of Tennessee, and they'll even cross the state line. So we appreciate them as a sponsor, Simple Cremation and Funeral Services. I can't say enough about them. They were really great to us when we planned my husband's funeral, and they're the cheapest in town, guys. Trust me on that. So give them a call and tell them the SayCo show sent you over. So when I asked you to be on the show, I said, is anything off the table?
Mm-hmm.
And you said no. You've always been kind of an open book, and you want to treat this like you're talking to your friends as well.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the businessman.
Sure.
So coming from a small little town in West Tennessee to Nashville, and not only making a name for yourself here in Metro Nashville as far as an artist, but you're made a name for yourself as a real estate agent. Tell us about that.
That's right.
How did that happen?
Yeah, so I find that I have a lot of time to do, so anyway, so because I have all this free time, I was like, I need to do real estate because I do like to buy houses, to look at land, to look in commercial, properties and see what they're about and know how much it costs to buy the properties. And so I became a realtor about 9-10 years ago. Okay. And the first few years were hard, of course, and then after I got the hang of it, I started doing super well. And it's one of those things where the longer you do it, the better you get at it, especially if you're into it. And I'm definitely into real estate. And so it's just a different side of your brain that you work. Yeah. But you're still getting to help people, which is nice because, you're helping people with finding their next home. Absolutely. And so that they can raise their family. And
it's very intimate.
It's very intimate. So, it's worked out really well. And so,
well, I would say so. You're telling me you're in the top 8 of reputable realtors here in the United States.
Right.
How do you get to that status?
So like whenever you have, because you have your reviews based on like your customers, right?
Yeah.
And that's like on Amazon. So whenever I close a deal, like someone will give me, a review. So the same thing that happens with doctors and attorneys, they have doctors and attorneys, like the doctors will review themselves, like each other.
Peers.
They're peers, peer review. So, with me, I've been in the business for a while. I've gotten a lot of peer reviews because I've worked with a bunch of realtors and because of that, my profession has put me into that category.
Now,
so that's
not only you do real estate as far as residential, but you do commercial too.
I do. Yep.
Wow. And Nashville's booming for that at all times, all the time, right? Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I focus primarily on residential here in Nashville.
Okay.
And I have I have 2 properties in Arizona. I have a motel and I have a resort that I own. And so I have about 42 doors that I'm constantly having to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So it keeps me busy, just in general.
So do you have local people out there that are running it for you?
That's right, I do.
Wow. How often do you go out there and touch base?
So the first 3 years that I owned it, I would go out there about twice a month. Yeah. So I would be flying Southwest because you're a flight attendant there.
That's me.
And so I'm wondering if I've ever seen you.
I wonder.
I know because I flew that route from Nashville to Phoenix so many times.
I do that all the time.
Oh my gosh, it's an easy route. It's super easy. Nonstop. And the thing is that I would be in Arizona for about 2 weeks out of the month for about 3 years. Oh. I did that every single month.
Wow.
But then my business partner Stephanie and we were like, okay, what we need to do is we need a management company that would help us because, when you're getting calls constantly, it takes a lot of your time and your energy. Yeah. So we stepped back and we handed it over to a management company. And so now I'll get about 2 calls a day now. And that's about
so
it.
Much better.
Which is way better than like 10.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. So you think
Yeah.
you're going to maintain it and keep it on the side? Is it
Oh,
doing
yeah.
well?
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. That's great. And it did you find the property and you knew that it was a diamond in the rough?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so great.
It's
That's great.
Yeah, that's the great thing about being in real estate. For me, I was like, I want to know how much properties are worth
Yeah.
just by walking in them.
Yeah.
And I could like know the price per square foot,
Sure.
what features are good, what, how much those features cost if I
Yeah.
added them on. So it's a creative type of, thing that you can get into, especially as someone that likes to do a lot of stuff and
Yeah.
different things. So
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
sure it keeps you busy. So in your free time,
Yep.
you write and you sing here and there
Mhm.
and whatnot. But tell me, how did you meet your husband? I mean, the SayCo show is for everybody, our allies too, but we've always
Thank you.
said here at the SayCo show that we discuss all things queer. So let's take a moment and honor that you're going on 10 years with your husband. How did you meet?
Okay.
Tell us a little more about your life with each other.
Yeah, so we met at a bar, a gay bar.
Okay.
And that stool beside him was the only stool that was available.
Okay.
And I was a little tipsy. And I was just looking for a quesadilla and some fries at the bar so I could try to sober up. And I sat next to him and we looked at each other and he had the most beautiful blue eyes. And I was like, oh my gosh, you have the most beautiful blue eyes. And he was like, thank you. And this guy, a few minutes later, came up and started talking to him. And I was like, oh man, that's his boyfriend. And then about 10 minutes later, that guy left. And then Sean turned back to me. His name is Sean as well.
Yeah.
And he started talking to me again. And he's like, hey, let's go outside. And so we walked outside and we hit it off. And we started dating. And we started talking for about, I'd say 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
4 weeks. And then we're like, oh my gosh, we should do this.
You guys just clicked. He's obviously a creative as well.
He's a creative as well. Yep. He was actually, yep.
So you guys hit it off, bought a house.
Bought a house and
maybe kids in the future. What do you guys think of kids?
He does not want kids, but I do want kids.
You do?
I do, yes.
See, that's what Michael and I's problem.
Yeah.
My husband's in the audience tonight, guys. And so for like a few years, he would say yes and I would say no.
Okay.
And then a few years later, I would say no, he would say, it was flip-flopping.
Uh-huh.
And suddenly we're in our 50s. And so I don't know if it'll happen for us, but we're very happy with our dog daughters. And so that brings us a lot of love and whatnot. We actually had a couple surrogates through the years, and it didn't pan out. But I think everything's for a reason. So if y'all are meant to have kids, it'll happen. I believe it will. If you make things happen, you can say.
He tells it better than he does.
Oh. Sean is listening. I could see Sean here in the chat room, and he said, I could say it better. Well, I dare you. I dare you to come down here, Sean, and talk to me and tell me about your profession and whatnot. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. So let's get a little, off the sleeve here and talk about being a young country boy from a small town in West Tennessee, and maybe it's conservative out there.
Right, it is.
So tell us your journey about coming out and being out and proud. And we know that for those of you that are listening, it gets better, and you can have the life that you want, and you can have a husband and a partner and a wife, and whatever you want, you can have, because the power of manifesting is the key. That's the dream ticket out of wherever you are. But what would you say to your young self way back then in a conservative place to now? I mean, look how your life has bloomed.
Right.
You know, and now you have a husband of 10 years almost. And so tell us a little bit about growing up in a conservative place religiously.
Yeah, so there were so many positive things about it. I will say, I want to start by saying that because whenever you are raised in a church, there's the family, there's the community, there's the music, you have all that, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, though, with my case, is that I happen to be gay. So I knew that as soon as I told people that I would be kicked out of the church, I knew that I would be possibly disowned by my parents, possibly be disowned by my friends. So I always had that in the back of my mind. So, and I think a lot of us feel that way. And so to compensate, we try to delay the coming out process.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, if we can just hold back longer. Mm-hmm. So I didn't come out until I was 23.
Yeah.
And so, that's a long time in my opinion, because I could have came out earlier, but I was so scared. I didn't come out in college or anything. So, I was dating girls, but not really dating them. I was actually with guys.
Yeah.
So I would say to myself, come out quicker, because if you come out more quickly, like I feel like things are better, would be better, because you don't have to hide for so long, and you don't have to feel this like burden and this weight.
It is a weight.
It's a weight. And as soon as you come out to your parents or to all your friends, like it's hard, but it's worth it. So that's what I would tell myself. Come out earlier. Yeah. Like Sean, my partner, he came out, I think, at like 12 or 11.
Wow.
Which is...
How courageous, but yet how safe he felt.
Yeah, well...
Is there a story there?
There's a story. Something happened. Like, I think he got outed.
Oh, he got outed.
I believe so.
Oh,
I know.
No.
So it wasn't necessarily a choice. Sean, you can probably tell the story.
He's saying our origin story. Anthony, you carried the light, proud of how far you've come. You are relentless in being happy in who and what you are. Oh,
that was so sweet.
And he said it's 15 plus.
15 plus.
Maybe is that when you were outed, Sean? Let me know if that's what you meant.
When you were 15, babe?
I love that we're all live here in the chat room. This is awesome. Right? This is great. Yeah, 15 when he came out.
Okay.
That's brave.
It really is.
That's really young.
And you can tell people's that have come out of the closet earlier versus people that came out later.
Yes.
There's a psychological difference.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. You can definitely tell.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your family. How did they take it?
Well, so my family was not okay with it, obviously, because they're super religious. Yeah. But they've come around, and I get to go home for Thanksgiving. I get to go home for Christmas and all that. Okay. Every year for the past, I've came out when I was 23. I'm 38 now. Every year since I've come out, there is a conversation that happens somewhere right around the holidays. Yeah. Where certain people might not be coming to the Thanksgiving because I'll be there. Just because of you. Yes. Or somebody now has a big problem with it. So I have to go through this thing, the song and dance with somebody in the family, not coming. Like this year, a few days ago, one of my family members called me and said, well, if Sean's going, which is my partner, then I'm not going to come to this Thanksgiving. And this my papa is 90 years old. The entire family is coming there, to celebrate with him, because this could be his last year. Sure, yeah. And so I was like, hey, I'm bringing Sean. I'm not, going to not bring him and let him experience my grandfather. Because he knows my grandfather. He's been to my grandparents' house before. Multiple times. So that's sad. And it's one thing that I wanted to plug whenever this happened to me a few days ago, when that conversation happened. I wanted to tell you, SayCo, that it doesn't even matter how long you've been out or how successful you are. Your certain people will never truly let you in, Yeah. And that's kind of something that you got to just deal with. Yeah. Yeah. And actually you got to accept the fact that some people will not like you for who you are and how God made you. Oh yeah. It's just, no matter what, you have to have self-worth, and you're putting boundaries. You're saying my husband's coming with me. Yeah. And that's just the way it is. Yeah. Michael and I had similar, up and down peaks and valleys with that.
And we also had boundaries and rules and whatnot because we were basically handed rules by our family. So to this day, I know Michael doesn't feel uncomfortable about this, but to this day, I cannot take my husband home. And
Wow.
so we're talking 2025,
Oh my
almost 2026, and we've been together going on 23 years. He is not,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, he's not allowed home.
At your house? Are
No,
you serious?
no. And I could go into this. This is a great big long story. But I think what's important is to state that you are saying, this is the line I'm drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a problem with it, then you don't come.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm coming to family holidays.
100%.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's important, and that validates your husband as well, and
Right.
where you guys are with your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you that are listening, I always try to gear and try to think possibly there's a young queer kid out there that's listening to this and realizing that there is hope and there is a future and there will be a long life ahead of you. And the fact that I was so suicidal for years and years and years of my young life
Mm-hmm.
that I was thinking at 6 to jump off a mountain or jump off a building to kill myself
Mhm.
at 6 because
Wow.
I knew I was having feelings that were different.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a testament to the listeners that it does get better. And you have to work at anything is hard, but you have to work at it and you have to manifest it. So you're sharing such an intimate thing right now about your family that they're still having issues. And that's kind of the way of the land here in the South.
Mhm.
We're in Tennessee. It's a red state. It's a conservative state. We
Mhm.
have a lot of blue and purple throughout Metro Nashville, but where you come from, it's primarily conservative, religious, and that's the truth of it.
It is.
And it's hard to change people, and it's hard to comply when these are the people that clothed you and fed you and gave you shelter. So it's really hard to push back because they're the
Yes.
ones that gave you so much in the beginning. And so what I would say to our listeners is, and thank God you're sharing this because we've talked about this here and there on the show, is boundaries and conversation and possibly change will come. So you're leaving for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
You're going to go out there
Yep. Tomorrow.
with your husband.
Yep. Tomorrow.
And that's just the way it is.
That is. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what I love about that is it's showing his personal power and where he is with his husband. But also, you've drawn the line and you were told one thing and you pushed back.
Mhm.
And you're going to go and have Thanksgiving with your family and that's it.
Mhm.
And that's, guys, what we have learned to do as queer people is you start acting the way you think people want to perceive you. And so we're actors early on. We don't even know our true authentic selves after we come out of the closet because you've been acting a certain way to make everyone around you happier or to maintain some sort of level. So for those of you that are listening, I'm so glad you're here and you're listening and you're hearing queers that are in their 40s and 30s and 50s talking about everyday life just as normal as can be. And for people that say, well, I don't know where they all came from all of a sudden. There have been gay people for forever, for always. And we had to hide. And what I love about my show is that we really spotlight people that have talent and charisma and a story. And for you to be so brave to talk about your family struggles, especially around the holiday times where a lot of us, me included, get depressed at the holidays.
Mhm.
I just thank you for being so honest and sharing that because a lot of people that are in the public's eye, whether it's being a realtor or an artist, they don't want to discuss personal things. So I'm glad you're open to discuss such things with my small audience because I think it's important.
It is.
You know,
It's
I
very
think it's
important.
important
Yeah.
that these kids hear about everyday life of any type of partnership, whether it be gay or straight.
Right.
You know, you got to hear about these things.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, let me see here. We're looking at time right now. Perhaps we'll do a part 2 sometime,
Sure.
and I'll ask you more on the business side of things.
Sure.
But so what if your family's listening right now?
Okay.
Let's say that let's say they Google your name right now on social media, and here comes the gayest show in town, and the link is there. Anthony Wade's doing the gay SayCo show. What would you say to them right now if perhaps this would fall in their lap and you're on your way to Thanksgiving? What do you want to say to your family?
Oh my goodness. So, well, my family just in general, they, like, legit, most of them have loved me throughout the entirety of me coming out when I was 23 years old.
Yeah.
What I would say to the people who always question whether to be around me because I'm gay, in my family, I'm not going to name names. My brother told me, he said, Anthony, do not say their names. He said, if it falls in their laps like SayCo just said, then this person's going to be so sad. And I said, okay, I get it, Preston.
You got to be careful.
So I would say to them, hey, the world does not revolve around your specific belief systems.
Yes.
And because of that, you can't put your belief systems onto other people and expect them to comply.
Yeah.
Because if I or you were to do that, and expect people to, host a show, for instance, and talk to thousands of different people, of different backgrounds, and like if you expected that from other people, that would be a disservice to that other person. And I think that's what happens with, for instance, for our sexuality, is people expect us to be a certain way, and they just need to accept. Like, they don't have to accept us necessarily, like, oh, I accept exactly how you are. They can disagree with it, but they need to love us, and they need to, like, still break bread with us, like Sean, my partner, says. He's like, even if you have a different belief system, if you're a Republican or a Democrat, like, you can still break bread with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Michael has to do that all the time because he's a preacher. Doesn't matter who you are, you still love people just the way they are.
I think it just comes down to human rights and respect and compassion and love how you want to be loved. I often say whatever you bounce out is going to bounce back.
That's right.
If you're always saying, this is my spiel, and you guys, my listeners, know this. If you're always saying, I'm tired, I'm sick, and I'm broke, that's going to bounce back. So why not speak positivity? Why not speak, I'm blessed, I'm healed, I'm whole, when you're dealing with anything in your life? If you just push out positive, I believe it will come back. I think all of this will reflect back. But I've had such a good time talking to you.
Oh my gosh, I have too.
It's been a lot of fun. Can you believe it's been like 72 minutes that we've been talking live? I cannot believe it.
I thought it was like 20 minutes.
I know, it goes super fast.
Oh my gosh.
So why don't we say this?
Okay.
Why don't we say that you and your husband will come back sometime,
okay,
maybe after the holidays.
Sure.
And we'll talk business, your side of how you run the motel and the resort, and how you have carved out a place here in Nashville. Because, guys, I'm telling you, gay or straight, people know his name, and they trust him as far as, realty and everything goes. And then maybe your husband could come and be on the show, talk about his business, and plug that as well. And so it's so great to meet two talented and artistic gay guys that are running this town. I love that are digging in and saying Nashville can be for us too.
Yeah.
And so I've had such a ball. Thank you for singing. Thank you for sharing. And for what it's worth, I know I'm 20 years or so older than you. I'm really proud of you. You have maintained such a goal and a vision, and you're just pushing through. And so for me at my age to see a youngin that is doing so good and is positive and outgoing and is not scared about anything and is setting goals, I'm proud of you. I really am. Genuinely, I really am. And I wish the best for you.
Thank you.
And you're going to come back.
I cannot wait.
I'm going to force you to come back. So those of you listening, thank you so much. We did a lot of PR for this show, and I'm hoping that we get the numbers that we want for the downloads. If you want to send some love to Anthony Wade. The email here at the show, just put in care of Anthony Wade, is thesaycoshow@writeme.com. Again, our new phone number here at the studio, 615-805-4363. If you want Anthony Wade to return for part 2 along with his husband Sean, will you please send us an email or a call or a text and let us know? I think it would be a lot of fun. For those of you that are here in the chat room, I appreciate you. There's a lot of new names in here. I don't know y'all yet, but I'm looking forward to it. If you feel comfortable, please like, share, and follow. I so appreciate the support. And I know that Anthony Wade we're going to hear big things about you. I don't think you're even at your peak yet. I'm so excited for you. We are going to try to record the Christmas pageant. So if you guys are interested in that, we'll do an episode with him singing live in my husband's ministry coming